Welcome everyone to the Side Drive Podcast, and welcome to our Xfinity Series race review from Talladega. And I was expecting it to just be a train throughout most of the race, but we saw a pretty good race.
Yeah, there's a lot of passing, moving around, and real exciting.
Yeah, so to start off the weekend, Michael Annett won the pole, especially impressive since he won Daytona earlier in the year. We thought maybe he was going to be do really well in this race, which he led some laps.
Yeah.
And so at the very beginning, it was Annett versus Reddick on the restart, and Reddick would lead lap 1.
Yeah, Reddick, he had a really strong car. Once he got in the lead, he was really working both the lines, and managed to keep it.
Then Ross Chastain would challenge Tyler Reddick for the lead until Brandon Jones would spin. That would be with Ross Chastain just barely ahead of Reddick, and he would take the lead.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate for Brandon Jones. I don't know if he just got some real loose and spun by itself, but I don't believe he really hit anything. So.
Then Christopher Bell would have to pit twice with some radio issues, and that's something you don't want to have at Talladega.
Yeah, they're just having all kind of radio issues all weekend. I ain't sure what the deal was with that, but I hope they come fixed.
Hopefully. I mean, he was running really well towards the end, so I think they got it all fixed. And then Tyler Reddick would take the lead on the restart, and then it'd be Reddick versus Chastain for the lead with about 5 laps to go. It was a great battle between them two, but Tyler Reddick would win stage 1.
Yeah, it was really impressive. Ross Chastain. We call it racing. This race he's a teammate with Justin Haley, and it seemed like they was working real well together. And Chastain was making some good moves.
Then to start off stage 2, some pit stops. Ross Chastain would take no tires. Tyler Reddick was still on pit road. He would lose a few spots, but Chastain, Reddick, and Haley too fast entering, and that's because Chastain was pushing Reddick.
Hurry up! But I ain't sure if what happened there. It's like he just pushed him down. It's unfortunate for Reddick, but what can you do in that situation?
I think maybe Chastain just had his tachometer just a little set too high, so he thought maybe Reddick was going too slow.
Yeah,
and so maybe he's just trying to push him down, and it's just going too fast. And then Allgaier and Gregson would lead on the restart because they pitted on the previous caution. So we saw some strategy from this race.
Yeah, I thought Allgaier would do very well. I know he's never run at Talladega, and he was real showing some promising.
The John Hunter Nemechek and Brandon Brown would be locking bumpers, and that would be a penalty.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Nemechek. I mean, what can you do in that situation? Somebody's, just shoving you that way. You can't lock bumpers, but I know NASCAR, so if you lock bumpers, you're going to get black flags and stuff. So, it's very unfortunate for Nemechek because he was right there, top 5?
Yeah, I think a good solution to that would be to black flag the guy who is pushing, because the guy in front can't do nothing about it. And the only penalty that the guy in front should have is just to give up 1 or 2 spots.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the beneficiary of the locking bumpers, I don't know if you could, if that person is dragging a brake, cause them to do that. That's the reason NASCAR just tells you to black flag, I guess. And I don't know if the one's getting pushed, if they should just go to the back of the field or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot of confusing mess. They just might as well not have that rule, because we're just going to keep seeing things like that happen over and over, and a lot of frustration out of fans and also the drivers as well.
Yeah.
Especially since, you can't really do anything about it if you are in front of someone.
Yeah. But fortunate, Nemechek, he went and served his penalty and all, and he didn't go a lap down, so he was okay.
And then we would see the train for just a few laps.
Yeah.
Tyler Reddick would end up hitting the wall, and he would cause like this a ton of damage to the side of the.
Yeah, it's usually these bodies are real tough with the carbon, the carbon fiber
The
bodies.
composite bodies.
Composites, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't think of the word I want to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really tore up the whole side of the car. I mean, you can see the whole fender flapping in the wind. So
Then Gregson would win stage 2. Really, they tried to pass him, but just couldn't form a good run with the train that was formed.
yeah, once the junior motorsports cars got up there, got hooked up with the high line, nobody really catch them, and really good to see Gregson win his first stage win, and he had a really strong car.
And the curse of the stage winners, Gregson would pit under the red, or while pit road was closed.
Yeah, he was pushing fluids or something, overheating.
Yes, I guess that's just, a case of just being out in front, knowing in front of you, and, things like that happen sometimes.
Yeah, so we got a lot of debris and stuff on his grill and overheated.
Then Chastain would take no tires, and he would take the lead. And then Brandon Jones, who started second, would take the lead on the lap 1 of the restart. And then Michael Annett would be back up there from dropping back at the very beginning. He would challenge for the lead and take it. And then Tyler Reddick would have some more issues. He'd have to come down pit road, almost went a lap down, but thankfully didn't.
Yeah. They really had that car taped up, didn't they?
Yeah. And then the 07 of Ray Black Jr. would blow up, causing a caution. And then Christopher Bell would lead off pit road. We don't normally think of Christopher Bell when we think of good restrictor plate racers. I believe Brett Griffin was showing his displeasure with Christopher Bell at one point, the spotter. But a lot of improvement out of Bell I saw out of this race in terms of restrictor plate racing. And then David Starr would stay out in the 52, which was...
I thought that was going to be a big mess up.
Yeah. Well, no one's really used to racing around him. And, no one knows if he's going to go or if he's just going to stay there. So everyone just jumped around him.
Yeah, went around him.
So, I think it's a good idea. But sometimes that can cause tons of issues. Thankfully it didn't this time, though.
Yeah.
And then because of that, the train would form very quickly and was like, it's just going to be a train to the end.
Yeah, when everybody went around David Starr, everybody kind of just split up, and then the train just took off.
But then Allgaier would lead the bottom line, and they would form the bottom line. That's something we don't see really at all, is the bottom line coming back and actually prevailing. Allgaier would take the lead from Christopher Bell.
Yeah, Briscoe was working out in bottom line, and he was on one trying, and I just got to give him 2 thumbs up for just keeping at it and digging, and finally got some help, and it was really quick.
Yeah, they finally realized, hey, if we go down with them, we can go up there and take the lead. We can actually do that.
Yeah, he was very fast on the bottom. He dived down in the corners and finally got Custer to go with him, and then Allgaier took down there, and they just come to the front.
And just when we started seeing some good racing, you know what's bound to happen. Gregson would spin because of contact with the 2 of Tyler Reddick and some damage to the car that would cause caution.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Gregson. He's had a good run. I thought he was going to save it. It was an awesome save. He was sliding forever.
Yeah.
And then his nose went right to the inside wall and tore his car up. So very unfortunate for him. But yeah, he had a position on Reddick, and Reddick just come down, and Gregson just took off. But I think if I was Gregson, I just kept my line and just wrecked him.
Yeah. Which I think we're going to see a lot of that in today's race in the Cup Series. A lot of people aren't going to just give up and spin.
Yeah, because Reddick, he was doing a lot of blocking, and sometimes I just didn't understand how they didn't wreck, but he was real aggressive on his blocking, sometimes it was late, and in that case it was real late, and just kind of turned Gragson around.
So in the restart would be Allgaier versus Briscoe. Briscoe would take the lead, and then we would have a big crash with Cole Custer, Michael Annett, Justin Allgaier, Ryan Sieg, and Stephen Lett. And I believe that was caused by Austin Cindric, just a bad push to Annett. And if you just go push them just a little bit to the left or right, that car is probably spinning.
Yeah, it really upsets the car, and Michael Annett just shot up the track and just took a bunch of them out. Like right there, just like you got Gragson, and then now you got Annett, and Allgaier just took out all the junior motorsports cars.
Yeah.
So,
And then Christopher Bell would take the lead on the next restart. And then Tyler Reddick, after all those issues, he would take the lead, and he did a pretty good job keeping it.
yeah, I ain't sure if that damage kind of helped the side draft on there, because he would just get the side draft and just take off, and I don't know if it just really slowed the cars up that he was passing.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe the damage on the side really creates a ton of dirty air for the car next to you, so it slows them down a bunch, which we saw Christopher Bell, he lost a ton of positions because of that.
Yeah, it's like, he's put on the brakes.
Yeah. And then Ryan Sieg would lose the back end of the car, had strip it naked on the car, and I guess the car decided to do that.
Yeah, just stripped the whole back panel off. So
Yeah, that would be a caution for debris. And Ross Chastain would have to go down pit road after a great race. He was up there all day, just about until the end. And unfortunately, that's going to take him out of contention.
yeah, he was had an oil line or something towards the back. I don't know if it was rear gear or what it was, but you can see all the oil in the back of the car. Very unfortunate. I know he was trying to showcase his talents today, and I believe he did real well. It's just unfortunate towards the end.
It would see Tyler Reddick versus Chase Briscoe. Reddick would take the lead, and then a big crash with Earnhardt, Allgaier, LeBay, Clements, and Hill. At Daytona we didn't even see a big crash, but
yeah,
in today's race it was a ton of.
Yeah, I ain't sure. Cindric, he went to the middle, and I ain't sure what happened to Earnhardt's car, because he just slowed way up. And then he went to the sucker hole and went to the back, and the rest is history.
Yeah, that's how a Talladega big wreck is formed.
Yeah.
So it'd have a red flag, probably around 30 minutes maybe, waiting for the race to get back to green. But then it'd be Tyler Reddick versus Christopher Bell in the restart. Reddick would take the lead. A lot of cars tried to pass him. We had Greg Galding up there trying to get his first win. That would have been really great for him. Almost happened.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, he really qualified well, and at the end, like, man, just come on, you get this a little more. But I believe if him and Briscoe would have hooked up together a little bit and teamed up, they could have probably done something.
Yeah, that would have been really awesome to see a first win of 2019, which I believe is still yet to happen in any series.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome for that team. Really give a good confidence booster there.
Yeah, so that was our review of the Xfinity Series race, which was pretty good in my opinion.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And I believe Greg Galding's going to be going for his dash for cash at Dover.
Yeah, so
we'll wish him good luck on that, and I'd like to see him win.
If the cards fall right, you might be $100,000 in the bank.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see everybody come out and congratulate him on his second place finish. It's really good when we see drivers like that just keep digging and find get the finish well.
Yeah, so hope you all enjoyed this video. Pretty good race. I'm really excited for today's Cup race.
Yes. And keep an eye on Justin Haley today, because he's going to be in the Cup race.
Yeah, so he's having that paint scheme with the the yellow lines, and you know how his history is with the double yellow lines are.
Yeah.
Looking for some redemption there. But we do want to give a shout out to Ghostly Noob, who is a new YouTuber in the NASCAR YouTube community. So give him a look and click the link down below.
Okay.
So we'll see you later today in our Cup Series review, and hopefully it's a really good one. So we'll see you then.